Hi Real Writers. This week it's the A-list myth. I'm back in the t-shirt. Link underneath if you like these. There's a myth around A-list writers. Whenever somebody asks a question on a forum, like, I saw one the other day and this is what prompted this. What do people think of Nightcrawler by Gilroy? There's no scene headings in it, this person said. And people were just, they were going to lump in straight away. When you're an A-list writer, you can do that. He's a writer-director, all these sorts of things. And I made one point and I was out and I didn't bother staying for that conversation. It's been had a million times and I've had it a million times. And, you know, you can lead a brain to logic, but you can't make it think. I wasn't going to entertain all those. The presence of scene headers and the way Gilroy writes, where he shows you transitions, we go through the door, the sun rises, he just writes this continuation in his brain when he writes. That is no reflection. A scene header is not a reflection of quality. Having the right margins is no reflection on quality. Having VO or off camera or having a voiceover or having narration, none of these are a reflection of quality. Quality is what people buy. It is what producers buy. It's what studios buy, Netflix buy, Stan, whoever you deal with. When you're selling something, they want a quality story. They want a story to start with. We talked about the 7 things you should add in the last episode, which I'll probably link at the end of this. But they buy a good story. They don't look at the formatting and go, good formatting. Oh, look how good these margins are. Scene headers, and he's bolded them. He's used day. He hasn't used 11 o'clock. Oh, look at this is fantastic. Nothing. The action lines are no more than 4 lines long. This is great. This is fantastic. And people go, so what's it about? No idea. I didn't read it. Would it make a good film? Oh, who knows? But the formatting is amazing. It's the quality of the work. All right. So these screenwriters, if you go and find the very first version of anything they've ever written, jump in IMDb, find a screenwriter you like, go to the very, very first thing they ever wrote, go to Simple Scripts, wherever you go, and get hold of a copy of that script. That still looks like how they write now. They were hired because of that, not in spite of that. They've always been able to tell a good story. Now, don't fool yourself by thinking, so if I write really unconventionally, I'll be just like them. That's not true, right? I own a lot of guitars. Slash owns a lot of guitars. I'm not Slash. Those two things are not connected. There are a similarity perhaps, but that's it. These things don't make a good story. They don't even know the rules exist. They don't care about the rules. They tell a good story. I'm looking down because I've got notes. Some people, it's because they're writer-directors. Thanks for playing. Some great writers just do that too. When Gilroy actually wrote, he did direct it. He wrote that and was sending it around, and his brother got hold of it and rang him up, hoping they'd be allowed to direct it. And he goes, who are you thinking of directing it? He goes, I'm going to do it. So he'd written things for other directors. So it's not only writer-directors that get to do this. Now, okay, let's think you're a writer-director. You write it up, you send it off to a studio, and they get it, and they don't check the formatting and stuff. They check the quality of the work. They're not going to give you a pass. They're not going to give you a lot of money to make a film just because you're the writer and the director. That actually is worse for them because you're 2 people with one vision. If they want to try to get some influence, they can't influence the writer. They can't say, look, could you make these changes for us? We're the producers, just make these changes, and then we'll sell them to the director and say to the director, well, we've got these things now, and the writer's made those changes, and we agree with his changes, playing, like a divorced couple both fighting for the kids. When you're the writer and the director, you basically own all the creative collateral, and all they've got is money. So they can only say, we're not going to pay you. And you can go, fine, I'll get more money from somewhere else. Having 2 people, divide and conquer, makes it easier for the money people to control you. So a writer-director, they're not going to give you more money and let you break all these rules and put their money at threat just because you're a writer-director. So that's not really the thing. The thing that allows, though, is that you're trusted. You've got a record that can see the quality. You've seen things before. When you hear a musician, you go, I know what that musician plays. I'm going to buy his new album. Or you watch Netflix and you go, oh, it was directed by so-and-so. I like that director. I'm going to get that. I'm going to watch that show. So we follow people because they're a trusted authority. And what makes them a trusted authority? Quality, not some following of rules. They already have trust. That's why they are an A-lister. It's not because they're an A-lister that they're allowed to do whatever they want. They get all their films made because they're trusted and they develop quality and they give. And they've got a product recognition about them. Think about that. If you go and download 4 Aaron Sorkin scripts and 4 random scripts and 4 from somebody else, Gilroy, and take the front page off and just start reading them, within a couple of pages you'll be able to find all the Aaron Sorkin scripts because of the massive amount of dialogue that he does. He's very dialogue driven, and the back and the forth and how the dialogue happens and how it interacts and how people talk over each other and how they sword fight with words. Instantly recognisable, not from the formatting, not from anything else, but he's a trusted source for that. He used to, when he worked with Rob Reiner, he'd write massive amounts of pages and they'd go, well, it's dialogue. He goes, it just works that way because it's thinner and it goes like, don't worry, it'll fit in the time. And Rob Reiner would go, okay. Well, Rob Reiner would say, I don't know what to do. He'd say, just leave it to Aaron. It's an Aaron thing. And people trusted him. So quality, we're in the quality business. We're not in the format business, we're in the document making business. We are in the quality business. So work on the quality of your scripts. They will fall into some natural patterns. And I believe that the screenwriting format that we have is nearly invisible to people that read scripts a lot. So I will tend to use it unless I don't want to use it for a specific reason. But if I'll just keep using it, so it's second nature to them. They're not bumping in against it. They're not going, oh, okay, that's unusual. I don't want to break the experience of the story. So I'm manipulating it in that way. But I will add things in. I've just finished a thing called Sherlock and Mycroft. If you're on Script Revolution, you can go download it and read it. I put a block right near the front explaining a certain look that's going to be in the film, and I call it Sherlock vision. How the screen will look when he's working something out. That's not a standard thing to say, look, this is how this is going to look. And then I use that as a scene heading. When something happened, I'd go Sherlock vision, room, blah, 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 Sherlock vision. And people go, oh, that's in that certain look and feel. Not standard formatting, but it works for that screen. I had 4 lines at the front, which bumped them out of the read, but got them back into the story again, and then I could use it. I could set up the rules. That's it. T-shirt, link below. Book. Tools Not Rules. Not your normal screenwriting book. It's for people who actually know a little bit of screenwriting. It's how to break problems. It's the problem-solving book. It's based on intel. How do we understand people? How do we understand characters? How do we do this? I've got a character, I don't know what to do next. Why do these 2 people hate each other? It gives you all those things to figure those things out. 20% off writerduet. There's the code for that, Craig20. And I think that's about it. And until next time, guys, keep writing. Bye.